Boom. Okay. A little bit from the past when I began writing, when I began taking information. It says there was a transit in 2004. I don't remember exactly. Here it is. Transit 2004 AD. There will be a partnership transit in 2012. Now, once you connect this 8, the ruler of all is 12 inches. Okay, 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. We must complete 1, 2, 3 years. 2015. And then we relink in 2016, and we run from 2016 to 2023. 2 and 3 is 5. But everything ends in 2021, right? 2012, 2021, the reflection of the two. 8 and 9 is the way it works. But it's not 8 because it's 8 from here to here, but count this year also as 9. We go to 2021, okay, which is actually 10 because we count the year we are in. 9 equals 10. We have the founder of the Golden Age Foundation is to consider the avatar capable of enlightenment to mankind. This is an extract of Dashan Kali Bhagavan. I don't know how to exactly say things, so I'm just going to say them the way I read. And then outside, Shanai South. Everybody knows that a Shnai is a cut or a separation. East Indies, 2nd January 2004, according to Kalki, and the Golden Age will start in June 2004. It will be initiated by occurring transit of Venus, 2012. Boom, boom, boom is a cycle of 13 cycles per round. When the Renaissance, why 13? Because I stand here. But until I get to number 2, we haven't gone anywhere. Until 2 has come to me, we haven't gone anywhere. I'm not going in to the house, to the next house. They're not coming in. We're going into the house between us. Space, the middle of nowhere. So we have to have 3 so that everybody owns the center to itself. Then we have the cycle of the Phoenix. Do we see the Phoenix cycle right here? Phoenix, P and H, 8 and 16 equals to 24. 9 lives of the cat, 168 is right here. Number database 2000, random number overall 2012. That's what they're talking about, random number. Then there's Ram Bom John. Now, when I look at this, it reminds me to go look up the word Bin Yo Min. Bin Yo Min, pilgrims flock to Buddha. Boy says to have the fastest 6 months. Now let me read it from my side. We will mediate for another 6 years. The full enlightenment of Buddha, this will manifest in 2012. Manifest, come together. Come together. Dun, dun, over me. Beckman. Oh my God, I can't believe what I got on the next page. Boom. Bin Yo Min. Okay. This is probably the first time this has ever been written on any website according to the book of Razel Hamalak. Okay. There are 12 planets in the solar system. References taken from Bereshit, Genesis chapter 37, verse 9, right? 9:10, where Joseph saw the sun and the moon and the 11 planets. The source of knowledge of the 10 planets. In the Jewish tradition, and belief is this world in the year 2005 is just 5765 years from creation by God. And the length of life in this world of physical state will be 6,000 years. Remember, 15 times 15 is 225. 225 and 5765 equals to a total of 6,000 less 10. There will be 1,000 years of missed physical and spiritual state, and there will be a total peace, harmony to the world in much the same way that 6 days work, the 7th day was Shabbos. Okay, 6 days of our life, and then the last 1,000 years are harmonious. Okay, the teaching of Tana Devai Eliyahu teaches that the period of 6,000 years in this world is split into 3 periods of 2,000 years. The first 2,000, Tohu, a vacant period. The second period, 2,000 years, is the Torah life, guided by the Bible teachings and learnings. The third 2,000 years, anticipation of the Messiah, Moshiach ben David. I'm going to try and bring this a little bit closer. What's really funny about this is that solar system, there's a bunch of horses out there that are now starting to be called the Rider, the Moon, Solar System. All these names are coming out now in the horses. So it's not just me, and the horses make everything go around, right? Don't they? The merry-go-round, Merry Jesus, Merry Cycle. When I began this, I had no information, and I found all the information that's pertinent to today, 10 years ago when I knew nothing, never read a book. All they gave me was pills. They say, excuse me, Mr. Ferment, excuse me, Mr. Ferment, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. I said, I can't relax. I said, there's too much to write down. He says, you shouldn't be writing, you're bipolar. I says, that's right. Once you're in the door, you gotta go. Fast. Whoa, horsies. Whoa, horsies. I gotta slow down. I had to learn how to go fast. I have to learn how to go fast to go slow. In the chronicle terms of the Jewish calendar, see here for the history of the years from www.beingjewish.com, you will see that from creation until the birth of Abraham was 1948 years, according to the famous Rabbi Maimon, which means we split. In the first 2,000 years, something will happen that will happen in the second 2,000 years, that will happen in the third 2,000 years, except on different levels of understanding. Therefore, according to the astrology, there are 12 star signs. This planet Binyamin stays in each star sign for 500 years. Therefore, 12 signs in 500 years equals to 6,000 years. If you check with your chronological table in history, which is now, okay, there are major changes every 500 years. For example, 1948 Abraham, 2448 Exodus of the Jews. That's very good. 2448 Exodus of the Jews, right? Now we're going to have to calculate Moses. Moses is 50 times 47 equals to 2350. They said Moses was a couple of hundred, at least 100 years old, right? So now they put into this over here, Exodus 2498. This is 2350. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 to 4, 4 to 8. 2489 or 1289. What is 1289? It's right here. 12589 is a reflection of time. 365.47, including fractal time, 0.25 and 0.22 come together. 2935, King of Solomon builds temple in Jerusalem. 3948, the Mishnaic era, all the Bible oral law fixed written down in Mishnah. Then we're going to go on to the Baal Shem Tov, a rabbi who taught coming closer to the service of God was more than just fulfilling laws. He taught the importance of belief in the mind of the soul of every person. The mind is the soul. 5500 equating to the year 1740. This was the year when the great rabbi of Europe, whatever the name is, let's just skip it, the Book of Reincarnation. This allowed everyone to understand principles, spiritual knowledge, and was previously in the hands of few. Devel Eliyahu, written almost 1800 years ago, quotes the orbit, right? The orbit or the orb, okay, that puts everything together. You remember how the movie that just came out? There was a movie that came out, something to do finding the orb, right? Understanding that the gold is a bit, it's pieces that were put together and became one gem that created the universe. I don't know exactly how it works, but I can see it in my own mind. The passage referral to Galgal Shama being Shama, you remember the Shama? Being 500 years, and also the tree of knowledge, the Etz Chaim, being 500 years. Zodiac year 2005, astrology balance, Zodiac Libra, home. That's when this all started up for me. Now let's bring this up. See, when I began doing this work, okay, when I had the vision, I started collecting information that was pertinent to my own reality, because what purpose can I share reality if somebody else's I could never see within unless I saw within my own? The current, this is the year 5765, the year 2005. We are in the last period since 1740 in CE, or 5500 in Jewish years, according to my teacher, okay, Ginsburg. The last period assumed to be in the house of Pisces, okay, the houses of pieces and parts, which symbolizes the spiritual knowledge. Blank, blank has and will become in the hands of everybody, readily and available, unlike in any other time in history. Just think of the changes in the world undergone since 1740. Okay, 1776, 1740, 26, the difference of the understanding between Venus, Pluto, Saturn, and and Uranus. Therefore, I expect science to find the 10th planet in the star sign of Pisces at the current angle year 2005, 15.9 degrees Pisces. Expect to be a distance from the sun, gives it a 500-year orbit, which, considering Pluto has an 84-year orbit, but the number to Pluto is also 84. Binyomin over 5 times further than Sun and Pluto. The spiritual knowledge passed down of the greater generation is correct, so we just have to wait for scientists to prove that is correct in these years of enlightenment. But waiting for who in science? Who is telling the truth? Who's on first? Who's on first? What's on second? Tomorrow is pitching to today. So why? I don't know. I don't care, and I don't give a damn. It's all in the outfield. So let's collect the rest of the information. The bottom part, in 1946, just after horrendous news of what happened in World War II, the Nazis, okay, in small letters and not in big, who announced that within 7 years of the 10th planet being found, the majority of the world would believe in God and spirit world and in all the spiritual knowledge, especially the palmistry, the lines of the head, the hand, the map of a person's destiny. Okay, 7 years. So right now, 7 years would be 2022. Since I was enlightened in 2005, I only started believing a couple of years ago. There are some who predict that when Uranus in Pisces conjuncts Binyomin in Pisces at 16 degrees in Pisces in the week 31st of March 2007, and again the 24th and 30th September 2007, we get an unexpected spiritual surprise. 2007. So I just read a little bit like that off the top of my head. 4 houses we must solve. Put this up here. I've got this over here. What happened is I took the year 2005 and I removed it. 2005 became 5281. I brought this up to a church leader or a rabbi, and the rabbi told me it means slaughter and sacrifice. That's this year. I did this 10 years ago. So now I'm going to see this gentleman again, see him once a year, every single year, and I'm going to show him this. And then he's going to tell me what happened in Israel, what's happening around the world, if these numbers worked out that we wrote down 10 years ago together. But what are you talking about? Everything is fine, they tell me. We don't talk about today. I'm talking about the future. I'm talking about what happened in the past that made it capable for the future to actually happen. Without yesterday, tomorrow was only today. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.